All right. And just wait on YouTube to show up. All right, we
Hey,
live, people.
did you get your package?
I did. I was actually going to. I was going to show you, or I was going to show it off whenever we got to our halls.
Definitely.
Awesome.
Dude, I am stoked for this. Was it downset fight?
Yeah.
That looks like I was flipping through it. That looks like 100% straight up my alley.
Yeah, that's their first book that they had that they made to come out, and I think it was an independent publishing.
Okay.
So, and then they've made some online comic books too. I can't remember what they're called. It has something to do with like a hospital and a guy riding a motorbike.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I'm super excited to dive into that.
Thought you would, man.
Man, I'm envious, man, of all the half price books places you guys got, man. I ain't got nothing like that. All I have is Barnes and Noble, and they never
uh,
sell anything cheap.
no, I'll say everything there's cover, if not more.
I know. So, everybody on the stream tonight, welcome to this week's Syndi-Comics Weekly. You have BJ, Kyle, and myself. And if he decides to show up tonight, I invited Cincy. He said he might try to show up for a little bit. We'll have to hurry up and wait, and see if he does. He does have a life too. People need to remember that. He does have a life outside of comics and toys and stuff. So, um, I kind of want to bring something up a little fast. It's not Syndi-Comics related. It is Syndicate related. Um, Everybody be respectful of one another. We've seen a lot of stuff lately on the Syndicate where people are bashing one another just because of what they like. It's no different in the comic world either. It's everybody likes what they like, and if you don't like it, that's okay. Everybody's entitled to their opinion, but don't be bashing on people because there's no need for it. All right, I'm off my mini rant. Hey Solo, welcome in, Kenobi. Um, but yeah, we've got some good stuff this week. I know BJ's got two short boxes of stuff. Um, so definitely we want to get through those and see what's in there. Um, did you guys see that picture that guy posted in City Comics where he had like Spider Man and Acura and everything? He's like, I just found these. I got to rebag them. I don't know if they're any that good from
Oh,
the '90s.
I
And I'm
know.
just like, dude, you have like, so you get like keys in that pile of stuff. I'm like, dude, if you don't want that, I will definitely take that from you. I have no problem with that.
I know.
Oh yeah.
I was sitting there like trying to look through the Amazing Spider-Man ones, and I was just like, "Holy crap!" Like, yeah, like you said, he almost had the entire Todd McFarlane run. I was like, "Jeez."
I was just like, you don't get rid of. It's like I'm still looking, for 298, 299, and 300 right now for ASM,
Yep.
for my sets, because I've got some low grade versions of it, but I'm looking for those higher grades, 8 O's and up, of them. But I'm just like, dude, you got like so many that all of us would want to find, it's like a buddy of mine. He was doing an auction the other day, and then they had the first Frank Miller on Daredevil 158, and I'm just like, I want it, I want it, and I want it. And by the time the price started going up, I'm like, nah, not paying
Great.
that.
Yeah, the first comic my stepdad bought me as a gift was the Amazing Spider-Man Todd McFarlane one with Chameleon on the cover, with him looking like kind of like had the Spider-Man web going. I'm not sure what issue that is, but I kept that one.
Nice.
Yeah,
Very nice.
yeah.
Speaking of Spider-Man, did you guys see the new announcement? I know I posted it on the Syndi-Comics page of who will be writing and drawing Amazing Spider-Man when it reboots.
I did.
So yeah, we've got Nick Spencer and Ryan Otley, which I'm stoked for Ryan Otley because yeah, he's one of my favorite artists, and it's gonna be weird watching or seeing him draw a superhero book without people's jaws being punched off and spines being ripped out.
That's going to have to tone it down to the Marvel level.
I think they're going to have to. I don't think he's going to get away with what he has in Invincible, but yeah, no, I'm super excited to see Ryan tackle Spider-Man. I think kind of his style of because he's kind of got a cartoonish kind of vibe to his art, so I think that's going to fit the kind of Spider-Man motif really, really well. Nick Spencer, I have nothing against Nick Spencer. Just some of the things that I've read of his, his writing style just doesn't connect with me. Not that it's bad. It's just there hasn't been any of his stories that I've really found all that interesting. I thought he was going to be doing some interesting stuff with Captain America, and then Secret Empire just kind of ended up being nah. But in my opinion,
Yeah.
but, yeah. So we'll see what Nick has up his sleeve with Spider-Man. But it's interesting creative team.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting with the Red Goblin situation they got going on right now. You think this will be Slot's last run?
I don't know. It's funny. Like I actually don't mind Slot. I think some of the stuff he's been doing here at the end, um, like turning basically Peter into Tony Stark, has gotten a little bit old because we already had Tony Stark. We don't need a second one. And I didn't really care for Peter like jumping around the world either. But like I said, it wasn't bad. It wasn't necessarily what I wanted to see in a Spider-Man book. But Superior is still one of my all-time favorite Spider-Man runs. So yeah, I don't know. I think it's gonna be a long while. I don't think they'll rush him back to Amazing Spider-Man, but I have a feeling he's probably got some more Spider-Man stories in him to tell.
Well, and that's kind of the problem we had too, is like, they deconstructed Parker, after everything happened with Superior. They made him, he's no longer the dude in charge of a multi-billion-dollar corporation. He's just Peter Parker. That was it.
Right.
And I like seeing him being back to that core person of just being him,
Yep.
And then they started doing the same thing where he's taking over for Tony and everything. I'm like, really? I mean, this is
Right.
just the same thing all over again.
Yep. Well, then I mean, at the end of the worldwide arc where the Superior Octopus comes, they kind of, I feel like Slot was taking him back to, not so much of the tech suits and those type of things, but then, now, and then that's when they start Legacy, but here we are 2 months later and they're taking Slot off the book and restarting completely fresh.
Yeah, well, and that's not the only one. And I can't wait for the Lee Meyer Century coming out.
Yep.
That's going to be an awesome book. I love the Century. He's one of my favorite characters of all time, in Marvel. I remember reading when they first came out with them, with Jay Lee and those guys, and it's just like freaking A. I mean, you got a dude who's the most powerful, he's the Superman of the Marvel,
Mm-hmm.
and nobody knows who he is. Everybody had to forget about who he was, and he made everybody forget because he is actually bipolar and schizophrenic at the same time. And he actually has one of the worst enemies in the whole Marvel universe as well that can destroy everything, with the Void. So it's going to be awesome to see how they do. Lee Meyer does his run on it. What I hope, and this is what I really do, is that we don't get that new Avenger Century out of it. I hope we get the old, Jay Lee version of the Century, because there's so much they could do with him. The problem we always run into with the Century is that they always go back to the Century versus the Void, scenario. What they need to do is just separate the two people, the two personas away from the same person, and then put one in lockup maybe in the facility or something like that, and then the Century can just be himself.
Yep. Yeah, and I think Lee Meyer. I mean, kind of looking at his Moon Knight run, I think that he's a good choice to try to kind of bring back the Century into the spotlight. And I think his kind of dark. I know we talked about this the other day in our chat, but I think his darker tone, the way that he writes, I don't want to say depressing things, but the way that he handles a much darker, a much more serious subject matter. Kind of looking at like Royal City, it's kind of the big one out right now with him. And even going back to like Sweet Tooth and some of those, I think that he'll really kind of hopefully nail that dynamic of fighting with the schizophrenia, with the split personalities. And I think hopefully he'll do something really cool. Is that going to be a mini series or is that going to be an ongoing? Do we know?
They haven't said yet. I bet it's going to be a mini series though. They'll want to see if it takes off or not. But it does have Lemire on it though. I mean, Lemire usually doesn't sign in for miniseries most of the time.
But what Moon Knight was only what 12, 15 issue thing. That didn't last very long.
No, and 192 came out this week.
Right.
So I think
That's
the
not.
plan was to go to 200, and that was it.
Well, and that's not the Moon Knight current isn't Lemire, right?
No,
Okay.
no, he did the one where it was Mark Spector, and he finally realized he was schizophrenic. At the
Right.
time.
Right.
Because before it was just it was just Mark. That was it. That's all we knew.
Right.
And then Nushu was part of the Moon Knight persona. But then Lemar kind of went into, oh crap, no, he's actually got four personalities.
Right.
So BMR's in the house. So is Johnson. Thank you guys for coming by.
Hold on, guys.
Yeah, I'm real excited to see what he does with it because I mean it was funny. It's like when Century threw Carnage into the sun. That was freaking awesome. No more Carnage. That's it. He's dead. And I'm like, okay. He tears people apart limb from limb, and they showed that in New Avengers. In the run where he was killing people all the time. And I'm
Right.
like, okay. I mean, he's like the Superman that's not willing or actually is willing to kill people if he has to.
Yep.
I wonder what DC thinks about that.
Well, yeah. Well, DC had some news this week too. With
Yeah,
the
with Bendis and Superman.
well, that and they announced. I don't know if you saw it, but today they announced a DC Black Label.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
I
yeah.
saw that. Yeah, that cover of that one.
Where it's going to be their new imprint, where they're allowing like huge name creators like Azarello, Miller, who else? I forget who else they listed. Boy, they're basically giving them free reign to tell. It kind of sounds like things like the Dark Knight 3 it will kind of fall under that, where it's not really continuity. It's just kind of allowing huge creators to do whatever they want with the DC characters. That's kind of what it read like to me, the sounding of what the imprint's going to be. But I mean, if we get some really cool standalone stories, I mean, that could be really cool.
Yeah, it's definitely got that Elseworlds feel to it. When I was looking at it, like the
Yep.
White Knight that we have going on right now with Batman. That's a perfect to be underneath that imprint.
Yep, exactly.
BJ, have you read White Knight yet?
Hmm?
Have you read Batman White Knight yet?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah. So good.
It is. That's phenomenal. I cannot wait for the hardcover for that. I just pre-ordered that on Amazon the other day.
Cool.
Did you guys see the other thing with DC is they announced today DC Collectibles has a exclusive distribution deal with Sideshow Collectibles now. So
I did. They're supposed to take and bring back a lot of comic characters now as Hot Toys.
mm-hmm. I hope.
I mean, it's kind of the catch-22. They've been doing these for a long time, with DC,
Mm-hmm.
but they just really haven't hit the mark like they did with Marvel. Marvel, and then especially on the Sideshow side where they were doing Star Wars. I mean, they've been killing it on that side. DC definitely needed some help. I mean, just give me a 1989 Batman. That's all I want. I want a freaking Michael Keaton, Batman, and then the Jack Nicholson, Hot Toy. That's the two I want.
Right. They have those.
Yeah.
They do, but they're crappy. I want real ones done like they've been doing all their other ones.
I have. Pull this out real quick since we're talking about figures. This is actually probably one of my favorite Hot Toys I own. And that is the Batman Returns Keaton. I absolutely love this figure.
Yeah, but have you seen what they've been doing with the skin types like lately though? Like they did with the Wonder Woman?
Oh yeah.
You know, where I mean that's downright almost sick what they're doing with some of them now. I mean, there is no joints. There's no visible joints at all. It's
Well,
all got skin layers on them and everything.
Well, that's how this Batman Returns is the same way. It's just one rubber suit. There is no joints. There is no. It's actually pretty impressive for the 1991, 92, when Returns came out. So I mean, I thought they nailed that one. I'm really impressed with. I don't have the '89 version, so I can't speak on that one. But I absolutely love this Returns version.
You need a Catwoman and a Penguin to go with that one, then.
I know, right? But they don't do villains.
No.
NECA does a pretty good scale of those.
Outside of the Jack Nicholson Joker, they haven't done. They have an Arkham's Asylum Joker, which actually I got, which I'm really excited because I got a notification today that it's shipped today. It wasn't supposed to ship till next week, so I'll have that Saturday. But yeah, other than that, they don't outside of Joker and Harley, they really don't do too many villains.
No. I mean, just imagine if they did a Clayface. You know, it'd be the size of the Hulkbuster one that just came out. You know,
it has to be,
or a Man-Bat.
Oh yeah. Oh.
Did you guys happen to see Sideshow released yesterday? Pre-orders up for their 1/6 scale Jabba the Hutt.
Yeah.
Only 3 feet long.
Yeah, I saw that, and I saw the Infinity Gauntlet that they won $1,000 for.
I can't believe that. You can't even wear it. It's just a polystone statue. That's all it is.
Yeah, I'm sorry, that is not worth it.
Nope.
Nah.
Go get the $100 Marvel Legends one.
No, exactly. I've seen a lot of pictures. I saw Syndi and a couple others put some pictures up of that, and it honestly, I mean, and the cool thing is it actually moved. I know BJ, you actually got to mess around with it.
Oh yeah,
that one actually looks. I mean, I'm sure the detailing isn't there like it is on a statue, but I'm like, I'd much rather have something I can mess around with and wear, and instead of just a statue for $1,000. But each their own.
Well, and I've messed around with it last weekend. The only thing bad about the Legends one is it's too big. It's really too big. You know, it's like literally you can't. I mean, it's like I was trying to grab something with it, and I'm like, and it's like I can't grab nothing with the damn thing because it's an individual, fingers on the inside. But I was just like, okay, come on. Like if they would have made it maybe like, I don't know, maybe 3 inches, 4 inches smaller, then it would have been a little bit better, like a more form fitting, to your hand. Like I don't need the individual thing. Like I just want to put my fingers into the glove, and hold it, I don't need the whole mechanized and all that stuff. Just give me the glove. Give me like a cheap man's version of that glove. Give me a $50 one. No electronics, no nothing, just normal one I can hold it.
Right.
Yeah, it's like puppet strings. You got to put them in the rings and you just pull them down.
Okay.
And yeah, it's. I mean, so if one of those breaks, then you're kind of SOL unless you know how to fix one and get in there.
Oh yeah, and good luck getting some tools in there to fix it.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh gosh.
Man. But yeah, we had that. Luke Cage's trailer came out too this week. Don't know if you guys saw that for Netflix.
Actually,
I didn't see that.
That one came out. Originally, it came out, and then they took it down, and then they brought it back up. Netflix, I guess, didn't want to leak it this early, but it happened anyways. It was on comicbook.com. And the other thing I saw today too was the Extreme imprint from Image has licensed with Netflix. So that means Liefeld and crew will be coming to Netflix.
Interesting.
So it's interesting. I mean, I don't know if we'll see Youngblood, the original Youngblood, or not show up, but I mean, they had a picture of Blood Wolf, and Grifter, and then they had Supreme. So I'm like, I would love to see Supreme, done into a Netflix series.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be insane.
Now, Ballard needs to get off of his ass and go do the same thing with Netflix.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but that Millar package, man, that you were looking at, that was expensive, dude.
I couldn't believe it. You only get 3 signatures with it too. Part of me, I did C2E2 did announce he will be on the show floor. It'll be extremely limited, they said. But if you don't buy a package, you have a chance. And today they actually just announced Brian Michael Bendis will be there as well. And it sounds like they're doing packages with him too. But yeah, so hopefully I'm gonna try to get something because I'd like to get my copy of Reborn. I don't know how many he'll do, like if it'll only be 3 in the normal line or what he'll do, but I have a couple Millar things I'd love to get signed.
Yeah, I'd love to get Reborn #1 signed by him.
Mm-hmm.
The other one too, he's coming to WonderCon too this month.
Okay.
But depending on timing and of course money, if I get to go or not.
Right. Yeah, because my Reborn, I have Capullo signed it already. Jonathan Glapion already signed it. So the only person I'm missing is Miller. Or Millar.
Yeah, you got to get that done, man.
Right.
I did the same thing because I've got the Crisis on Infinite Earths 1 through 12,
Yeah.
and they're all signed by Perez, Giordano. Who else was on there? Wolfman, and then I had Starling sign some of them, and it took me about 3 years to get all that signed. You know, just finding the one guy at the right time. You know, I luckily got Perez and Wolfman together on the same day, but Giordano doesn't make it. You know, a lot of these cons anymore. He's just too damn old. You
Right.
know. So I mean, that was one of my favorites. I always love that line. You know, the death of the Flash and the death of Supergirl. You know. Well, Keyshawn's in the house. Hey, Keyshawn, how's everybody else doing out there in the chat world?
What's up, KJ?
But, all right, so fun time. BJ, your turn. Let's see some books.
All right, you want to do the pickups first or these things?
Let's go through the boxes first.
All right. Story behind it. About a year ago, my coworker knows I'm a huge comic book person, and she said that she had some comics from her first husband who deceased unexpectedly, and she said I can have them. It's like, cool, awesome. You know, if you need me to sell them, I'll sell them for you. And she's like, no, just keep them. And she brought them into an old file box, and they were in the attic for at least 10 years because he's passed away about 10 years now. And she brought them out. I started flipping through them. I was like, I noticed a couple of them. I was like, are you sure I can have them? She's like, yeah. And she's like, so, because I mean, this is a great one right here. And the conditions, of course, they're not 100%, but they're not. I don't think they're below 50% either. I don't know how, without any boards or bags, they're still in really good condition. So that day, I just boarded and bagged all of them, put them in order, grabbed a couple boxes, and put them in there. She says she has some more somewhere. She said that's where the good ones are. So, yeah, I mean, one day I'm gonna hop over there and go into her attic because apparently the attic is like humongous. It's a 2,500 square foot house. So,
holy moly!
Yeah, I'm gonna dive in there one day. And she says she has a full size Boba Fett helmet.
Dibs.
Yeah. I'm gonna hop in there one day and have it on. So, all right, I'm gonna start with this one. Let's do this over here. I'm not gonna go through them all. What's that?
Do you already know what's in all these then?
Yeah, I looked through them all. I don't know like the story behind some of them. Like if it's like a good story. I know a few of them. But I was gonna like just say I've got so and so issue so and so, and I can show them if you want me to, and then if not, we'll just keep on going through. So, nice. But I'm gonna say the best for last.
Definitely.
All right. Got some Fantastic Fours. I've got 257, 274, 276, 77, 78, 79, 80, and 81. Any of those ring a bell for y'all?
Those are from the 90, or no, nothing. You say 257?
Yeah, this is 257, and then it hops over to 274.
Yeah, 'cause those are all 80s and 80s and then early 90s stuff. Yeah, that's
Yeah. Uh, I mean,
because I used to have 275, which was a holographic cover.
okay. All right, that one's not in here, so maybe it might be in the other box. Might go look for them. How about some Daredevil?
Yes.
I love Daredevil. You gave Frank Miller there. We got to do a separate conversation.
I was the
I don't
second
know.
guy there.
I got 204, and then it goes to 212 and 213. Well, it's got this kingpin on the front for 212.
Yeah, I got that one.
Okay. Then it goes to 219, 220, and
Two,
222.
those are Frank Miller issues.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's one of the last runs Miller did before he left Daredevil. So keep a
Well,
hold of
awesome.
those ones.
It was.
I've got all of those ones.
Is it? Is that the Born Again storyline?
Yep.
Yeah, yeah. Make sure you definitely keep those because that's what they're the next Netflix season is all based on that run.
Yep.
Awesome.
Yeah, anything Miller Daredevil wise, one of the best
Yeah.
comics you'll see right there.
When I saw the Man of Fear on there, I kind of thought it would be Miller. I didn't really want to go through them all. I just want to kind of get them bagged and boarded as quickly as possible.
Right.
The New Defenders, 143 through 146. Where's that one? That's 143.
Yeah, I remember them.
Yeah, those are 80s, 65
Yeah,
cents.
those are mid 80s, like 85, 86, I think.
Okay. The Thing, his solo stuff, 17, 24 through 27. Looks like that's Loki right there.
Yeah, that's the old one. That's when Fantastic Four took a break in the 80s.
Yeah. I'm gonna skip through this one right now. I'm gonna hold this one up because I think Kyle like these.
So I'm guessing it's Spider-Man related.
Well, then I'll skip the next ones too. All right. Now there are a ton of Iron Mans in here. Uh,
Well,
I'm
I'm looking for
actually
the
going to.
demon in the bottle cover.
I think that's in there. But this one's number 70. That's the oldest one they got.
I remember
And then
those.
125, 127, 138, 142, 153, 56, 58 through, 59, 169, and then 170.
Yeah, buddy.
And then I got another 170. There's two of them.
Nice.
So I'll put one of these on the side in case maybe we want to do some kind of giveaway for having 500 subscription. 171 through 175. Wait, what does this one remind you of? Well,
Oh,
Iron Man
that's
3.
Iron Man freaking, was it Iron Man 3?
Yeah.
where they had like 1,000 Iron Man suits.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
what, the House Party Protocol.
Yeah.
179, 181, 182, 3, 4. All right. All right, I got two 185s, but look at the top right. You see that? And then I got that one too. So I guess one is like store,
On some
and
direct.
then
Yeah,
that
one's
one's the
direct, one's
yeah.
direct, one's newsstand edition. Keep both of those.
Yep.
Okay.
Those newsstand editions are always worth more.
Yep.
Okay. Um, 86, 87, 88. Whew. All right. 89, 91, 2, 3, 94, 95, 98. Oh, I had that one in there. Maybe not. And then I have annual number 6
That's,
and number 7.
Oh yeah,
So that,
Goliath versus Iron Man.
that's a lot of
that,
Iron Man in there.
was that Bob Layton art?
Yeah, on
He
that Iron Man 7,
Yeah.
I think it is Layton.
I say just kind of the look of it just looks very much like Layton's Iron Man.
Especially
Alrighty.
the way he's drawing Hawkeye there.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody want to see West Coast Avengers?
I'm good. Unless you got the Death of Wonder Man in there. That's about the only one I want.
uh, it's number 1 and number 2.
Nah, it was like issue, I think, 40 something.
Okay. Marvel Super Action starring the Avengers,
Those are actually hard to find.
number 15.
Poor little Bucky.
Yep.
What about the Mighty Avengers?
Which ones you got?
Um, they go from 248 through 255 with a couple of them missing.
Yeah, I'm looking for like 260 and 261.
Not in there.
Damn.
All right. And looks like we've got. Oh wait. I got a couple of regularly the Avengers, but they're from the 80s to 256 through 258.
Yeah, those are worth about $1 each. They made so many copies of those Avengers in the 80s and 90s.
Okay.
You know, yeah, I tell you, ironically, you guys remember when they did Captain America, Man Wolf or Cap Wolf,
Yeah.
that cover? Those are actually worth like $10 each.
Huh.
So if you see like that, like 3 issue run, 4 issue one, pick it up.
Okay.
It's actually a really good read too. I mean, I actually like the whole hey, what happens if Captain got turned into a wolf.
Right.
Oh, good storyline. Alpha Flight,
Which ones?
number 8, 14 through 25.
Damn, that's a pretty good run. You
Mm-hmm.
got any of the Wolverine covers on there in that run?
Yeah. Yeah, the number 17.
Oh yeah, that's a
Yeah.
classic one. You got to keep that one.
I think I've already got this one too, so
Well, if you got extra dibs, Because you guys know me, I collect anything Wolverine or Deadpool.
Yeah, I'll double check real quick. All right, let's go back to this other part here. Web of Spider-Man. Number 2. And then anybody?
I remember buying 10 copies of #1 when it came out.
Number 3. Yeah, I've got #1 too. I got some girl gave it to me in middle school. And number 4.
Nice.
Peter Parker, Spectacular Spider-Man. Hey, number 22 with Moon Knight. Look up there.
Nice. I actually have that one. That's one of my favorite.
And then it goes. Was that?
That's one of my favorite covers.
Yeah, it looks good. And then 102, 103, and 104 of Peter Parker, Spectacular Spider-Man. All right, you ready? Amazing Spider-Man.
All right, there's my buddy, ASM.
255.
Okay.
257 through 266. Now, I think this is the first appearance of Silver Sable. Is that right?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
First Silver Sable. She
Yeah.
cameoed in 264, but that's the first full appearance.
264.
Yep.
I have that one as well.
And then it skips to 268. And then number 18, annual.
I'm about to say, you was about to pull out a 298 or 299. I was going to pass out.
That's what I'm waiting for too. I'm like, he's gonna just start off with McFarlane's.
No, I mean it's got the Hobgoblin on these.
Yeah. And that's
then,
actually Harry Osborn, as the Hobgoblin too.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people don't realize that, he didn't do Green Goblin until after that.
Yep.
How about that cover? Special issue.
Oh yeah, I remember those cosplay covers they were doing.
Mm-hmm.
No, I think this is not from the TV show. That was on CBS back in the day.
Yeah. Those were some of the worst shows made too.
I know. All right. Give me a minute let me put these Iron Mans back in here. Because that's all of box 1.
You see, I'm collecting ASM 100 the other way, 101. And then, and I've already got the bigger ones already. So I just have to knock out #1 and #2 still.
Do you have his first appearance in Amazing Fantasy?
I wish. I can't afford that stuff. But I did just pick up the first appearance of Rhino the other day.
Nice.
Man. What issue was that?
I think it was 10. Yeah, so I was just like, okay. I looked at it, and I've already sent it off to get slabbed. I ain't taking no chances with those ones.
Nope.
All right. Does anybody want to see Micronauts?
I do. I like Micronauts.
Okay.
They're the knockoff Transformers in Marvel.
Good old #1. And then 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, and 10. That's pretty good artwork, though.
It really was, especially for that time. You know, especially now. And that's actually the second series of Micronauts too. That's a New Voyages.
Yep.
Um, they're actually a good read because now IDW has a Micronauts in there. You know, so
Yeah.
it's actually a good kind of tie-in because literally after they were gone in the '80s, we haven't seen them since. Really.
Yeah. It took them a while till it's been about maybe 3 years since I think IDW had them.
Yeah.
They brought Mask in and
Brought in Rom.
yeah.
Yeah, Rom and Micronauts, they kind of been on hiatus for the last 20, 25 plus years until IDW got a hold of them.
Okay. What about the official handbook of the Marvel Universe?
I've got that whole series. I'm good. There's like
Okay.
8,000 million copies of them damn books. I think I couldn't go to a thrift store and not find at least issue A, B, or C.
Uh, Supervillain Classics, Galactus: The Origin.
That's actually, I haven't seen that in probably 10 years.
I never even heard about it until I saw it in here. I was like, huh.
Yeah, it was a
What about?
retelling of the story from Fantastic Four when Galactus first showed up.
Oh, okay.
But the problem is that they try to retcon some of the stuff in there, and then that book itself got retconned again.
Hmm. What about a Quest Probe?
I don't even know what that one is.
I got number one and number two.
That's a Scott Adams book.
Uh huh. I remember seeing these back in the day, and then it's got Spider Man for this one, number two.
Okay. Stereo.
Yeah,
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah, that's 80s too. Some what ifs. I personally love the what if ones. What if Loki had found the hammer of Thor?
Oh yeah, the original What Ifs, not the ones from the '90s.
Yeah. What if Spider Man's Uncle Ben had lived?
Yep.
Oh yeah, that's a classic one, dude.
Yeah. Yeah. Number 46. And issue number one of Moon Knight.
Oh, that's a nice one.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mark Spector, before you filled out, he was psychopathic.
All right. Got one Incredible Hulk. Oh, number 300. Stuff like that. I think he was a Marvel guy.
Yeah, you don't.
I've got some old DC like Secrets of Haunted House.
Okay, I want to see those, especially if there's some Neil Adams in there.
Okay.
House of Mystery, House of Secrets, that kind of stuff. Anything like that, I usually collect.
All new Scary Tales from Charlton Comics.
Man, Charlton Comics.
Yep.
Um, have you the nerve to face the unexpected? Uh, Number
Yep. The
201.
unexpected. So people forget that unexpected is also where the Spectre used to be in a lot.
Okay.
The original
Perfect.
Spectre, Max Corrigan.
We'll
Damn, Gold Key. You don't see those that often.
uh-uh. Uh, here's Ghosts.
Yep.
And
Yeah,
then that
this
hunt.
'70s. You know when freaking eerie and creepy and everything else was going
Mm.
on. Everybody loved
Yeah.
horror book.
Yep.
Yeah, Secrets of the Haunted House. That looks like Jim Sterling.
No, it's 1979. It's Like where is or something like that. Martinez.
Mark Ayers.
All right, back to Marvel.
God.
Oh
Yeah,
God.
this one's probably the most beat up one too. Uh,
Welcome in, Mike. Thanks for coming by, brother.
I got one more DC. Number 5.
Nice.
Those ones are fun to find.
What's that?
Those are hard to find. Those Joker
Okay.
issues. It took me a while to find number 1 in a decent shape.
Okay.
Marvel
There we
superhero.
go. Yeah. Don't fall. Captain America.
I like Cap.
It's 300 and 308. Anybody want to see that?
I'm good on those. I like all the
Yeah.
200 and before.
There you go. Cloak and Dagger number 1.
Nice.
You know, you might want to check the value out on that one now with the new show coming up. You
Yep.
might see that one start jumping pretty soon when it shows up on Freeform this year.
Yeah, I was thinking about that. Weird War Tales for you there, Nate.
Oh, Creature Commandos. I remember that.
Yeah.
Freaking, we put Frankenstein against all the Nazis.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was funny because you had Dracula, you had Frankenstein, you had Wolfman, and the creature in the Black Lagoon.
What about Rom? Anybody want some Rom?
You got Rom number 1 in there?
Not even close.
Damn.
Nah, it looks like from like 58 to 69.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. Got some Marvel team up. Spider-Man and Nick Fury, 139.
Yes.
Look at that. That's a cool one. I like that cover. It's all beat up. 148 with Spider-Man and Thor. 149 with Spider-Man and Cannonball. And annual number 7 with Spider-Man and Alpha Flight.
Nice.
What's that Spider-Man and Alpha Flight one was that?
Right there. Annual number 7.
That's just an interesting mix-up. Really, it is.
Yeah. And you got Power Man and Iron Fist, Sworn Protector of Kunlun, 115 through 118. Anybody want to see those?
I want to see those.
All right. 15. 16. Sweet Christmas.
Oh, yeah. That's a cool cover.
Yeah. That was pretty nice. And 118. Look at that. Look at Iron Fist. He's old.
Yeah, that's Colleen Wing in the middle there.
Okay. All right. Here comes to the nitty gritty here.
All right.
Now this is not the number one, but it's like a three, like 1 through 3 all into one. But it has the number one cover on it.
Okay.
Yeah, I saw that, I was like, holy! But then I saw the price tag, and I was like, that can't be right because they're usually 65 cents, I think, when they first came out or something like that.
Yeah, Marvel Movie Showcase was the ones where they were trying to do reprints of all the big movie issues. They did it with Star Wars, Star Trek, you name it.
Thanks, Rabbit Hammer. You're badass.
And remember, the actual first Star Wars is a graphic novel.
Was it?
Yep, it's actually one of those big magazine type. That was
Oh
actually the
yeah.
very first one.
Okay. 25, 38, 43 through 47, 50, 53, 55, and 56 of all Star Wars. Anybody want to see any covers of those?
I think Kyle does.
The well, 43 is a tie-in to Empire Strikes Back. It basically is Empire Strikes Back. They just put it into this regular series.
Right.
Um, and then 50 looks pretty cool.
Yeah.
Oh, I do. That's a cool cover.
Yeah. And of course, my favorite guy, Orlando.
Lando, getting a
Yeah.
beat down.
How is it, man?
Hey, Kenobi's got a question. How hard is it to find a Star Wars droid comics from the 80s? It's actually pretty hard to find those now. I mean, I see Ewoks occasionally in some of the original series, but the droids books are actually hard to find. That's why I ended up getting it as a omnibus version. He's all giddy over there.
New Mutants.
I swear it'd be cool about 98.
All right. Now, these ones are actually supposed to be based on what the movie is coming out.
Oh, you got the Demon Bear saga?
Yep. 19,
I love that cover.
20. Claremont is such a great writer in these two. This reminds me of the 80s movies of the right there.
Oh yeah.
22. Now this one, one of these is a first appearance of Legion. We got Cloak and Dagger in this one. And then 24.
That's it.
That's the one.
That's the one.
Looks like, yeah. I think, yeah.
Because
I
that
read
also
these.
has Warlock on the cover too.
Okay. '26. You got Legion all up in there. God, this artwork is so different, but I loved it with this. 27. 29. 31. And then annual #1.
Nice. I still have that annual #1.
You got it?
Yeah. I've got New Mutants 1. I got the Demon Bear 1. And then I still have 87 through 100.
What about Uncanny X-Men? What do you guys try to pass this one up?
Hell no, you better not pass those up.
Let's say talking to Nate here.
Starts off with 158. That's the lowest it goes. Remember, these are from the 80s.
Yeah, Rachel pretends to be Dark Phoenix in that one.
Oh, really?
Yep.
180. 184. 185. This thing's
Yep. Rose possessed and tries to take on all the X-Men. She loses horribly at the end.
I was about to ask you about that. 186. A little love story with Aurora and what was his name? Forgot.
Forge.
Yeah, thanks. 189. And skip a few. 192. Didn't mean to make that to rhyme.
So that one is one of the first issues that the Tech was introduced. So with Warlock, and New Mutants, this ties into that.
Oh, okay. All right. 194.
First appearance in Nimrod.
Is it?
Yep.
Hot damn. 195. Wolverine trying to beat up the Power Pack.
Yeah, that was part of the Inferno storyline, like a little prelude to it.
196.
That's actually
Number
Rachel on the cover in her Hunter from the Future outfit.
Okay. Annual number 8.
Dazzler.
Yep.
Is that Dazzler?
Yep.
All right. Last but not least.
Paul Hughes is at the house. What is up, Paul?
Hey, Paul. Secret Wars number 2. I've got the Secret Wars. You want me to show them all, or just show the one?
If you got Secret Wars number 8, with freaking the Spidey suit, I'm gonna be mad.
Nah, he's got number 1.
You lucky son of a bitch.
This thing is not even damaged whatsoever either. Because I was flipping through and I saw that and I was like, "Oh, you sure you want me to keep these?" And I looked. I was like, "I can't believe that this is such a great quality of how it was in the attic for 10 years and everything."
Right.
I mean, look, it's nothing at all. It's crazy.
Well, if you want to send me some pictures, I'll give you an estimated grade on it.
Okay. Sure. But yeah, with all the Secret Wars, I've got 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, and 11. But I don't have the full line.
It don't matter. You got the most important one.
that's all from the box.
Nice.
Number 1 and 2. So yeah,
Not a bad
really,
find, brother.
Not at all.
I know. I've been holding on to that for like literally a year, and when you guys asked me to be a mod, I was like, oh, this is perfect. I just don't know how, if I should have just been live on Facebook, or that's when I had to talk to you, you guys, see what you wanted to do. And I
Right.
thank you guys. Thank you very much.
No worries, man. That's what this is all about, you know?
Yeah.
That's what makes
Um,
it cool. Is you find those random. I mean, yeah, that's fantastic.
yeah. I was reading the New Mutants, and then I started reading. I was like, is this Legion's first appearance? And I had to look it up. I was like, oh, okay, all right.
Yeah, but you just don't
Ugh.
find those books just laying around either. Especially those New Mutants and then the Iron Man one at number 70. You're not going to just
Yeah.
sit those. I mean, most comic shops won't have those carried around.
Yeah.
You'll find like Tales of Suspense. You'll find Strange Tales or Tales to Astonish occasionally, but those low number Iron Mans, those are hard to find.
Yeah. Um, I'm just gonna keep them on hand and take care of them for and they're. Whew, sorry, I really literally got teary eyed when I saw these two um, because I never got to get these because I was in Germany. The only place I can think that I knew of getting comic books was at the BX over there. So I never really got to see a lot of that.
Right.
Yeah, I remember when I was a kid, man. It's whatever my mom picked up from the comic rack at Houchins or Food Lion, you
Oh,
know, or a thrift store. You know, we go to a random thrift store. I'd find a bunch of comics, and I'd be like a quarter each or 20 cents each. I'm like, I would just buy like a stack about that big. Here you go, mom.
yeah. So. All
Very nice.
All right. So, what new books did you get?
I got a lot too. It's like every other week. I'll get it comes on one big stack. Um, X-Men Gold number 23. X-Men Red number 2. Got the Where's Wolverine? Need I say more?
Oh yeah.
White Knight.
Yeah, it's so good. Damnation number 2.
No spoilers. I said I'd be able to read the first issue yet.
I just got to read it myself. It's pretty good. Star Wars 44. I like these guys. I like the art and I like the storylines. I think they did a good job for taking over for Aaron. Rogan Gambit number 3. Because I'm a completionist.
How is that one? How is Rogan Gambit?
Uh, it's not bad. It's not Transformers and Visionaries. I'll tell you that.
Oh yeah.
Uh, Venom 163. I like the cover. Walking Dead 177, and I'm probably gonna switch over to trades like you are, Nate. I'm starting to see the light on this side.
Yeah, it's hard because I mean it's like especially with how many ads Image has now in the books.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
You know, they kind of I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just maybe when I started reading Redneck, it seemed like now we it used to be we had like 26 to 27 pages of actual reading. Now we've got like 18 or 19. Feels like there's
yeah.
more ads than actual story half the time now.
And there's literally like 4 pages of fan mail.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2 page minimum, I gotta say. And the last one,
Very
Daily
nice.
Countdown, which it's good. It
Yeah,
answered
I
a
just want to
lot of
read that. I want to read Prime. Infinity
Yeah.
Countdown Prime.
It does answer a lot of the things that you needed in Guardians of the Galaxy. That's all I'm going to say.
Good.
Yes, I was really happy about that, and it's the same. I believe it's the same artist too.
Nice.
Yeah. What about you, Kyle? What you get?
Oh, my good friend BJ was amazing and sent me some amazing stuff. So I honestly can't thank you enough, man. First up, he sent me this amazing variant cover for Amazing Spider-Man #1. So this is right after Superior Spider-Man, when Dan Slott went back to the Amazing Spider-Man title. It's like the Atlanta Comic-Con exclusive, and I'm definitely taking this to C2E2 with me and having Roberto Romero sign this. So yeah, super excited. Yeah, honestly, man, I can't thank you enough. And then second up, he also sent me this trade of Downset Fight, which is Chad Bowers is your buddy, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And
So if you watch Syndi-Comics, we've talked about Chad quite a bit with some of his stuff he's been writing. So I guess this is one of his trades. The description sounds amazing and right up my alley. So this is going to be I already have this week's review done since I haven't done it in 2 weeks. Sorry, guys. I already had this week's done, but this is going to be next week. So I can't wait to check this out. It just sounds crazy and fun. And yeah, so thank you a ton. Can't wait to read both. On my own, I'm going to show these off, even though they're comic related. I did get the entire line of Saga Pops. So I got Prince Robot, Marco. I didn't get any of the chases like BJ, which I see behind him. Yeah. I got Alana. Isabel's the only one I'm missing. I'm hoping we're going out it's my brother-in-law's. I know my brother-in-law's birthday tomorrow or Saturday, but we're going out to dinner with my wife's side of the family, and there's a Hot Topic like right next to the restaurant we're going to. I do like the gold one. I do like that gold one. Yeah. And then I got the Will and Flying Cat. So I'm hoping that Hot Topic will actually have Isabel, because I went in there Saturday, but they hadn't gotten her yet. And then book-wise, I got from DC, I got the hardcover of Batman in the Shadow.
Cool.
I have all
I
the
like
single
that
issues
one.
I loved this run. So yeah, I wanted to get the nice hardcover. And then Riley Rossmo is actually going to be at C2E2, so I bought it so he gets specifically for him to sign it. And then I picked up my copy was getting kind of beat up, so I got a new copy of The Long Halloween. And then I picked up also from Image Comics Crosswinds from Gail Simone. And I believe that's it.
Have you read the Haunted Victory and then the Dark Victory trade paperback that was the predecessor to Long Halloween?
Yep.
Yeah, I like that story. I liked how they had like all those Halloween issues combined into one trade paperbacks.
Yep.
I've never read the Long Halloween. Not yet.
You failed. We're taking away your mod rights.
I'd say that. I mean, that's just as for like a Batman reader. That's, in my opinion, that's just as important as Dark Knight.
Yeah, but if you're a Batman guy, you've got to read The Dark Knight. You've got to read Long Halloween. You got to read Nightfall. You have to read Mosaic. You need to read No Man's Land, Fugitive, and then go back and read the Neil Adams run they did with Joker and them. But I tell you what, one run I really did like was Year 1, Year 2, and Year 3. Mm-hmm. I always loved that.
Yep. And then I'd even throw Court of Owls in there.
I'd like how Court of Owls was. I just think that they stretched it on too long. Because like they tied in Final Crisis, into Court of Owls. Without and then I tell you, one that was a really good one was the Return of Bruce Wayne. After he got fried by Darkseid, like he went through the different years, because that actually ties into metals now, because that's how he found Barbados.
Damn.
So yeah, that was a really good tie-in. I did, I had to go back and read part. I'm like, oh crap, yeah, the Bat Clan and everything like that. when he was going through the years. But yeah, that's definitely a good read. All right,
Yeah,
so I ain't got much. I got the Martin variant, Phoenix Resurrection #2. Took me forever to go find this one. My LCS never got it, so this was an eBay buy. Um, Originally it was $24.99. I got it for $2.99 plus shipping.
All right.
And then I've been looking at this set since I got to California. Ugh.
I meant to ask you, is that hardcover?
These are all hardcovers. Yep,
Nice.
just like the Master Race is. This is the
Nice.
Watchmen set.
I love that they're doing all these single issue box sets, but the hardcover of each single issue. Because I just picked up The Dark Knight the same way, and it's absolutely gorgeous.
It is. And like I said, I love Watchmen. It's one of my favorite series of all time. You know, I read it, and I still have the individual issues when they first came out.
Mm-hmm.
And when Alan Moore did it, and it was just, as a kid reading it, I mean, it was probably a little bit much for me as a kid reading it, you know, because it was kind of way over my head. It wasn't until I was a teenager that I actually understood it,
Right.
you know, what it meant. But just the artwork from the 80s with Dave Gibbons and, you know, Alan doing it, I was like, this is amazing. And it was different away from the mainstream Superman, Batman, and everything like that. You know, because I always loved those JSA runs, you know, Crisis on Multiple Earth runs, you know, so to have this was like, hey, we're going back to that kind of scenario.
Right.
But yeah, that's all I got this week. My other books should be here tomorrow, so they'll be here for next week, plus whatever I get next week from Hypno as well.
Right.
But yeah. Yeah, Paul, man. I've been looking at this set for a long time, and I actually got the new owner to give me a really good deal on it. You know, because these don't start out cheap, and he actually gave me about 80% off on it.
Holy
So,
Wow.
um, so that's why I kind of bought it.
Right.
You know, and it's kind of hard because like what had happened is Hypno Comics in my town here end up having the owners move to Nevada, and then they started up another version of Hypno Comics there. Well, that previews account, Diamond account, went with them. So we had to wait for them to restart it, you know, on his side as well as the Nevada side. So not just my store, but the store in Nevada still doesn't have any new books yet. We're not supposed to get our first ones until Friday, if maybe Saturday. So we've been waiting for 3 weeks. So I had to go to Unknown Comics and buy all my stuff online and have it shipped here. Because we all know how LCSs work. They're going to say they're going to get you everything, and then they can never get it all. You know, I love my local comic shop to death. They're some of the best in the world. But when I'm trying to get those variant covers and those things like that, I got to have somebody on the ball.
Right.
I did forget to show the ones I got from Books A Million. I found. I walked in there looking. I was actually looking for some figures for Paul. Since we did a trade and he hooked me up at ECC. So and I walked up and I saw this kid just grabbing this Iron Man or Spider-Man book and they're out in the front. I was like, clearance. So I looked up that and yeah, I got the hard book of Amazing Spider-Man for $10.
Can't beat that.
Yeah, that's $35. So you can't beat that.
I think I paid 8 or 16 or 17 just for my trade paperback of that volume.
Yeah. And then the Swamp Thing by Brian K. Vaughan. I saw Brian K. Vaughan, so I was like, okay, I'll take him. Yeah.
Yes.
$20 trades for $7.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, and Cal, you got that Batman Odyssey too. You know, from Neil Adams. You showed me.
Oh yeah,
you suck, by the way.
I didn't get it. I can go get it if you want it.
I want that damn book.
Okay. I think it was like $12. So I'll grab it. I'll be driving that way tomorrow anyway, so I'll just pick it up on the way there.
Yeah, I mean, I love anything Neil Adams. When I saw that, I about passed out. When I was like, "Holy crap, that price for that book!" Because I mean, it's these ain't cheap books. I mean, retail price, these are not cheap books. You know, that's why we
Yeah,
all wait until it's like on sale somewhere or something like that to buy them.
Yeah.
yeah. That one I ended up. I've been eyeing it for a while because the local half price books had 2 copies, and both of them were still shrunk wrap. Like they weren't even like they so they weren't even used. They had just gotten them. I don't know somehow. But yeah, I went in one week and like High Price Books at once a quarter does a sale where on Monday, Tuesday, it's 20% off any single item. Wednesday it's 30, Thursday it's 40, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday it's 40, and then Sunday it's 50% off any one single item. Doesn't matter how much. And like that whole week, because my wife and I like we usually go into them every day to pick up something new. And that whole week I'm sitting there just watching them. I'm like, please still be there on Friday, on Sunday. Please, and I ended up getting it for 50% off. I think they only wanted like $12 for it, so I got it for like $6 or $7.
Man, yeah. The only thing we had like that here was when the Go Calendar store had their sale after Christmas. That
Yeah,
was it.
Yeah.
yeah. No, half price books, I find some like it's hit and miss. Like there are some days where I walk in and I find absolutely nothing. But man, I tell you what, like even that the hardcover of the button, I got that for $8. I was like, I couldn't pass that up. Every once in a
No.
while, man, I'll find something fantastic in there.
Yeah, I miss
Yeah.
those and I miss Ollie's from the South.
Well, the funny thing is, our half price books are actually starting to get statues and stuff. They had one Hot Toy one, or they've ever like this was probably 2 years ago, and they had it was the Winter Soldier Black Widow, and it was before it was like 2 months before I really got into Hot Toys. And it was funny because they only wanted I think 154, but they were doing like that weekend they were doing a like 20% off everything, and that was included. So it would have made her like what
120.
100 yeah like 120 $110. And I called and I actually had them hold her for me, but then the wife like we were talking about it and like I said this was way before I got into Hot Toys, and so she kind of talked me out of it. She was like, well, it's not something you're going to collect. You really just want her. And little did I know that here 2 years later I was going to have 20 of these stupid things and and kicking myself for not picking her up for like $100.
Yeah, good luck. She's probably like $300 or $400 now.
Actually, I think she's still pretty reasonable. I think you can find her like just under two. I don't think
Oh,
that
that's not
she's
bad.
she's that crazy. No. And then that's from what I've seen, that's one of the better Black Widows they've done so far.
And Paul says he saw Neil Adams at ECCC. Damn, dude.
Oh, speaking of Neil, did you see DC starting to release? They have a whole new volume of Batman by Neil.
Yeah, I did. Volume one came out this week.
Dude, I
My
know.
shop didn't have it yet.
Oh, really? See, I'm holding off. I'm gonna buy it, but I'm gonna buy it at C2E2, and I'm gonna buy it from him so he signs it for me. Because he'll sign for if you buy something from his table, he'll sign it for free. But it's like I think $30 or $35 if you take something. So I'm just gonna wait to buy it there. But now I'm definitely gonna pick up every volume of that.
Yeah, same here. I mean, because the original ones are out of print and they're so expensive to find. Like I use thriftbooks.com for a lot of my stuff too. And they're still wanting, 45 to $50 for each volume when it's in stock,
Right.
so they did do an omnibus version of it,
Yep.
but that sold out like in a heartbeat.
Yeah. Last time I saw Neil, this would have been Cincinnati Expo last year. He still had a couple of those left, but I think they were like 120, 130.
Yeah, they were
Um,
expensive.
and they were giant hardcovers, so I don't know how easy they would have been to read
Yeah,
either, right?
because it was the Batman, but it also had the DC Universe combined into the same omnibus too.
Yep.
So I'm happy that they're re-releasing those finally because
Same
you can
here.
actually buy them for $20 to $25.
Yep. Yep. So yeah, I'm excited to pick that up at C2E2.
Damn, I might have to send you some stuff.
But I was about to say, just let me know, and if you want a signed copy of that, just let me know, and I'll pick you up one of those too.
Definitely, it's easy. That's an easy decision. Yes.
Yeah.
What I've got, I'm probably going to send you, Kyle, is my Detective Comics 379, his first work on Batman.
Nice.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, that's all I got this week. Like I said, hopefully more stuff. I mean, I got a bunch of toys. I mean, I did a video yesterday for that stuff. So, but yeah, the coolest thing we got this week, and I finally got this week, was this one.
Oh, yeah.
I still haven't seen any of that wave anywhere around here.
It's not here either. I had to get trade to get it.
Okay.
Lizard or Deadpool wave still not in my area.
I found the entire Deadpool wave except for Cable at a local Meijer Saturday.
Oh, I miss Meyer.
Yeah, I miss any store other than Target and Walmart.
Right.
Oh.
Yeah, because ours don't have Jack here.
Yeah, I'm looking for mainly. I want Spider-Punk, Mysterio, and Spider Noir, and yeah, I haven't been looking super hard, but none of the Walgreens, none of the Targets, or the WalMarts that I go to have had even any of them.
No, it's like the Thanos that came out, at Walmart. It still hasn't showed up here yet. They got a restock of the Pink Panther. That's about it.
I was like, I've seen he's been popping up around us too, but yeah, I haven't seen the Thanos either.
I grabbed Thanos at like 1:00 in the morning at a Walmart on the way home from like Saturday, Sunday morning.
Nice.
I mean, I gotta say, I mean, this guy is pretty decent though.
Yeah, dude.
I mean, you get a whole bath for $20, but I hate this part. I mean, this whole
Yeah, mine too.
weeble wobble crap. I mean,
Yeah.
I hate that when they do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see. I have the Marvel Select Thanos, so I don't know if I really want to pick up the Legends one or not.
I've got the select one too, just because I came with Death. I love how it did that.
Yep.
But I mean, this one here actually scales better with all the Marvel Legends I have.
Okay.
Because the select is just way too tall. It's like 1.5 inches taller than this one.
Right.
So, but yeah, that's pretty much it. And then I started getting into this line before Bandai goes out of business, for us. So Bandai is, after next year, is no longer doing the contract with USA. So for Power Rangers, Hasbro bought it out.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
So you will see SH Figuarts go up in price very soon for Power Rangers. But yeah, that's all I got this week, guys.
That's all I got.
Yep. Yeah, that's it for me too.
Cool. Well, Paul, I'm glad you got the new Taskmaster and King Cobra. I'm glad you found something new.
I know, right?
Because I ain't found Jack, and Jack left town.
Nope.
But yeah, it's been fun. Thank you for Kenobi for coming out, and Brock. Thank you guys, everybody that's been on here tonight. We've been on here an hour and a half tonight, so it's been fun. BJ, thanks for sharing those with us, man. I know you've been wanting to do that for a while. Thank you for sharing the books with us, because you don't just find stuff like that just random places,
Nope.
And for you to find it at a random attic is freaking awesome.
Yeah, I'm not good of a condition too. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it.
Not a problem, man. Thanks for sharing.
Thanks for y'all's education and knowledge of the old 80s ones for me.
Definitely. I've been doing comics for 30 years, man. So I've been reading a lot for a long time.
Yeah.
So I'll help whatever way I can. Yeah, like I said, also, if you want to send me pictures of that Secret Wars 8, I can give you an estimate grade on that.
Okay. Probably do it maybe this weekend.
Okay, no worries. Just PM me the pictures, and then I'll let you know.
Okay.
Cool. All right, everybody. Y'all take it easy now and have a good night. Thanks, Brian. Thanks, Kyle. You
All right.
guys take
See
it
you guys.
easy.
Good night.
All
Bye,
right, all
guys.
right, all right.